Hello, lurkers. No lurkers. Hello, all you archaeologists. I'm the Johnstruct. I'm having a Shapez2 adventure. I'm doing it offline. I'm doing that because my internet is a bit wonky at the moment. Like this can. I don't know if you can see, but the can is all wonky because I dropped it on the floor. I didn't drop the internet on the floor, but it is broken. I'm having to use a sort of hybrid router thing that I found hours after I needed it. But I can't really stream on that router because it drops lots of frames. I did test. Anyway, I'm playing more Shapez2 because that's been my go-to game for recording rather than streaming. I do actually get lots of like views for Shapez, but a lot of it is people who know how to play Shapez, and it can sometimes be a bit intimidating having those people watch because like I'm not really free to make mistakes if there's an expectation of basic like competence. It's quite hard to drink out of this because it's not flat. I guess I could pour it. Anyway, with that being said, I decided I wanted to try out the other mode. And this way I could do it like in the safety of not having people go in and go, no, you're supposed to do it like this. Like, I don't mind those people, but sometimes I don't want that. Sometimes I want to just be able to go out there and make mistakes and take my time. So we have manufacture mode. I gave it a 5-minute go at the end of last night when I really shouldn't have been doing anything. So your vortex imploded. Process dimensional waste through trade stations to collect refined shapes and rebuild your platform. The Vortex Grand Assembler. There's regular and hard. The vortex. Okay, well we're doing this one. We're doing regular. Like, let's not. The manufactory. We play on normal, which I already did say, but We'll play on. We'll just play on normal. Might need to scoot a bit closer. So the Vortex Codex Trade Stations Incidental Recovery Protocol. Welcome back, operator. Let's address it directly. Your vortex overheated and imploded. The facility is gone. Platform is gone. And your operational clearance has been, let's call it, suspended. We cannot let you near a real factory right now. Regulations, you understand. However, we are not unreasonable. We have a new job available for you on the other side of the simulation, where the shapes that other operators deliver into their vortex end up as thermally processed waste. Someone has to deal with that. Take the damaged shapes, polish them, and bring them to the trade stations to exchange them for better shapes. Emeralds, gold, diamonds. Collect enough and you can begin assembling a new vortex platform at the Vortex Grand Assembler. Complete it and we will consider reinstating your factory clearance. No promises. I will not build any spaghetti factory. No, that's a lie, but by proceeding you here in after the operator agreed to the vortex. Oh, you again. Remember that little incident with your vortex? Yeah, we're fixing that today. There we go, we have one of these instead. This is your dimensional waste receiver. All that dimensional waste has to go somewhere, and that somewhere is your problem. Now, process the waste at the polishing stations, then trade the results at trade stations for refined shapes. So I understand this is a more traditional factory game now, where you build and you build and you build and build, rather than because in the other version of the game you're constantly just dismantling stuff, and you're just keeping techniques. Rebuild your vortex platform and we'll consider giving you a real simulation again. No pressure. So build a polishing station to start processing the waste. So we have the space belts. We have a polishing station. I'm going to put there. Take the waste from the dimension waste receiver, cut it, deliver it to the polishing station. So we have a lot. There's also 2. So I was thinking about this. One thing I'm not doing in the other version of the game is that I'm not really utilizing the 3 belts. Like, I keep talking about having like more efficient factories, but I'm only ever using 1 belt, and like I can have like 3 sets of equipment, but I should be filtering it back through the belts. So maybe I should start doing that as well. So one thing we could do, so I already have, alright, let's build a platform. Let's give myself a little bit of room. And we have already a cutter platform. Because it's a cutter, I'm going to do something slightly different. Don't want that, do we? But I think the best way to use these, which I was struggling with, is to put them down at the bottom level and then cut them as separate things and then put them back in. So we're going to also need more space, aren't we? No, John. I don't know what you were thinking there. So we're going to need a cutter. Yeah. For that. Now we might want to do multiple floors, but I'm just going to see how this looks. Okay, well, I can't use the cutter because I haven't unlocked it yet. Okay. We'll just use a destroyer instead. Okay. So, what, you were scaled too low. Oh, are they just really slow? Okay. Like this. Nothing seems to be going in those last ones, but I could just... No, I want to do this actually, don't I? Yeah, I can do both. And I assume, because it gives you the 2 levels, I assume you're supposed to be thinking on like that. Why is that doing a big circle? Oh, because it's not doing anything. Okay. Milestone completed. Let's unlock this. Ruby and trains. Okay, so we're immediately scaling up quite fast. Polished waste is the start, but the traders want more. Process it further at the Ruby station to produce genuine ruby. This unlocks trains. You'll need them to move ships across your operation efficiently. Garbage to gemstones. What a career. Loads of stuff. So we can now make ruby, 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 ruby. Build a ruby station and make refined shapes. Okay. How many are we going to need? Per space belt. This is 8 per space belt. A fully saturated space belt. But that wasn't a fully saturated by the time we got there. Okay. So we need to build, if I understand it correctly, this shape and this shape. And oh yeah, I guess we do that. Can I do that? bit lopsided, but also I feel like I'm going to struggle to get certain places in. And they're that part tightly packed. It can't be both. Ah, how do you do that? I might not want to do it like that. No, I want to do this. Yeah. But that's the easy bit. The hard bit is making this. Okay, we need, is that, what colour is that? Is that white or is that grey? Is that uncoloured? Okay. Mana. I mean, I probably should be using trains at this point, but launch the trading rocket in the manufacture mode. Did I do that? The rockets! I did a thing. Ah. These are how we're getting our trades, I see, that's cool. But it's just a simple stack. I also we want to raise them up as late as possible, I think. So if I make changes, the factory's all actually in one place. Still making trades. Okay, so at some point I have to consider making these more efficient, right? So I'll tell you what, let's design that now. Because I think what I'd want to do is this. I'd want to raise them all up. Like so. Then I'd add them there. I'm not going to do it yet. Same thing here. And then I want a version of this factory that's doing both at the same time. So here we go. Build a donation station to start generating research credits. Okay, I'll figure out exactly what that is in a second. I assume it just puts anything in. Oh, it wants those things. Okay. One project at a time. A fairly basic thing we want. Are you making anything? Because these are coming in pitifully slowly. So what we want a bigger platform, I guess, like that. We're going to want something like this. But we're going to want I've made a mistake, haven't I? I didn't consider that a stacker platform already necessarily does two things. Ah. I utilize that. Yeah, because I'm temporarily... Okay. I have to rethink how I do stacker platforms then, especially because I don't like this. Okay. What I want is I want to stack a platform with 2 inputs. That's what I want. Okay? Don't know exactly how to do that, but... And... I want it so... How do I do this? We might need it to be bigger, but it will be more efficient overall, so we still might need this. Okay, so I'm not making that, am I? Is it because... Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Sorry. That's it, like, won't lie, a part of me is just like, throw it away, throw out the video, you look stupid. You wasn't paying attention to the basic shape it was asking you for. I won't do that, but I'm really sorry that I just was apparently just completely fucking blind. Worry about that project is. Oh, that's really annoying. And that's completely on me as well. So why is that not counting up? Does it do a thing? No, John. It asked for a different shape. We want to split it out into 2 groups. Okay. What I want is 2 stacker factories. One that combines 2 ground and one that combines 2 higher ups. So, because of the speed, it can probably just feed out like normal. Why is there that there? So okay, so that's a ground stacker. Okay. Want to label things. John? How do you get your level 2s off? Easy. It's a little bit wasteful, but... there's a little bit of waste. But we're not going to worry about the waste. It's minimal. So we're doing hopefully 2 levels at once. Why is there only ever 1 level on this? It's just taking its time. Okay, why is this still not doing anything? Because you're stacking... Oh, you're stupid. You didn't... you didn't flip them. Yeah, cutter. How does this work? Okay, so we need... There we go, the number's fucking going up. I'm really sorry. It's... I've played quite a lot of this game, but apparently I'm just occasionally just straight up blind. Why are these yellow? Dang it. That seems massively redundant and very spaghetti-ish.